What up, guys? It's DJ, and we are back for another Star Wars Galaxy Heroes video and
Heyo.
episode 3 with DV.
That's right. I don't have a clever name this time.
I know, right? I know.
I didn't. Yeah. Attack of the Sith. So anticlimactic.
I know, right? It's like, what's the name of the episode? Attack of the Sith.
I feel
Yeah.
like there's even Revenge of the Sith or something. There's like a title with Sith in it in the Star Wars universe at this point.
I'm sure there is. We just have to discover whatever said name is. So, as you can see on screen, we have up to 3 different raids. And today's episode is about the Sith Triumvirate raid. It is beating us like, wow, like a redheaded stepchild. Yep.
There we go.
Great minds think alike. So, we started the game off a couple years ago with just the Rancor pit raid. And I know that everybody at one point or another struggled in that raid specifically.
I remember that raid opening.
Oh man, you remember that? How hard it was when we first started?
Yes.
Like most of us couldn't even get past tier 5. And
I am still very good friends with all of the first people I did Rancor with because of how unifying it was as a raid to have this difficulty to overcome. And all new players that are experiencing it for the first time, it is such a great, wonderful door for what the game is all about long term.
You know what the sad part is?
What's that?
We don't even try anymore. We just zero tap the raid and let the other guys do the work.
What team do you use to zero out the raid?
I've had to change it constantly because for those of you guys who don't know, DV and I are in a little challenge with each other, right? Who can get our tunes to level 85? And we were freaking out before the upgrade came because we were like, man, we just spent all this credits. We've spent the last 2 months trying to get all of our tunes to level 85, and
it has been an endeavor.
And we're like, they're gonna raise the credit or the number to 90 now.
The lever
watch,
cap.
and I'm like, no, because I'm not going to 90.
Yeah, all bets are off.
And by the way, DV is kicking my butt. I just wanted you guys to know he's only got like 6 or 7 left. He brags every day about I've leveled up another one.
Not every day. I have 5 characters left to bring up to 85, and I have 3 locked characters: Wampa, IPD, and of course Treya.
Right.
But my heroic Rancor team actually is a team I have been working on. There is a character that I've been investing quite a bit into that I will add to it, and I'm looking forward to it in the next month. Finally getting him there. Hermit Yoda.
I
think
because he can't attack.
He can't attack. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. So a successful solo Rancor team has always been, I know this is what we want to talk about, but I run Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, BB-8 on auto.
Yep.
Really easy. So I'm just ready
There's
to
actually
add
a video
Yoda
down below that you can look at where I said how to solo the Rancor on auto. And just scroll down and look for it. It's right there.
That's the team.
That's the team. As soon as you have those 3 tunes, honestly, you don't even need to have good mods on them. You can put mods on them.
Yeah, just don't
and
time
they will
out.
just solo. Yeah, you just need to pay attention
post too
because
soon. Don't
your
Jar Jar.
guild will get mad at you because that team can pretty much clear the whole raid in about 7 minutes.
It has never failed. Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
so I'm looking forward to adding Hermit Yoda to it just for that much more ridiculousness.
Does it really work that well? Well, you've
wouldn't
been
it?
a big proponent of Hermit Yoda. Personally, I don't see the use in him besides I just unlocked him, but I'm like, yeah, whatever.
I'm hoping to make him work either with a Jedi Ray team or on the Rancor here, or he better be needed for Luke Skywalker, or I will feel really, really cheated. That is the number 1 through 9 reasons of why I'm putting inverts into him, you know?
Right? Because I don't see a point in him. And then we came on to the heroic AAT, which is the tank raid.
Yes.
There's still guilds out there that you and I jump to go help Merc for those guilds.
That is correct. Those same people who actually completed the first heroic Rancor with, in fact.
I've helped out. I think I've gotten...
Shout out to Black Council Sunrises.
I've done like 4 or 5 different guilds that I've helped get to HAAT on farm. And it's been hard to get them because as one team, that's the part that I found to be the most annoying. As one team came out, then the next team, as soon as you started farming that one team, then it was discovered that another team did 3 times the damage, and you're like, oh my god, I gotta go farm another team.
Except the way CG introduced the characters, BB-8 as a support buffing character only, I think that they knew its viability in the tank raid would help put it on easy mode for a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that that was a surprise for them.
No, that wasn't a surprise.
The super teams that are coming out using BB-8 and then Thrawn specifically having interaction with raid bosses, I can't help but think that they were looking for ways to alleviate time without making it simmable for those who have invested in the right characters.
Or my absolute favorite, the Zeta Ventress.
Yeah, is that the team you're running?
I use her. I run the AA team, but I take out Han Solo and I put in Ventress. And my girl just does. At the end of P4, she's just murdering that tank for almost 300k a hit. I mean, she's just a nightmare.
Best I have done with the Akbar super team. For those who don't know, it's Akbar, Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Thrawn, and BB-8. Nice and easy team. Once you have all that,
you can pretty much auto with that team too. I've heard.
You don't want to. I've tried it. Thrawn does not do his protection recovery on Han Solo, and you pretty much have to always put it on Han Solo.
Oh, okay.
BB-8's Illuminated Destiny will keep his recovery coming, right. And then of course whenever Thrawn gives turn meter, his will regenerate, and Luke Skywalker regenerates his. So you have to give it to Han Solo, and the AI is just unreliable. But I've gone from 20% of P2 down to 6% of P4 left. So I've almost gone to the end of that. I think it was 28 million.
Wow.
I think it was.
I've done about 30 million with the Ventures team. Because P2 is pretty much the same as P4 for her. As you kill off those turrets...
So you can start P2 at the very beginning.
Not the very beginning. You can start about 40% left.
Yeah. So it's about 20% left.
Yeah.
On the Akbar super team. And then, now I'm sure I can get through it. I don't have a speed set on my BB-8 yet, and I haven't upgraded a mod.
What are you waiting for?
So many months. I'm waiting to get my last character to level 85 so that I can put some money into mods.
Hey,
that's how I've done it.
Why don't you take a week and let some of us lower guys here catch up on the
That's how I did it. I didn't hold anything back.
I held back. I gotta say that I've been starring up tunes and gearing up tunes and
I've been
modding up tunes and
exactly, not modding, but everything else. I have so many level 1 mods equipped on.
You haven't taken advantage of that new ship credit store for mods?
Oh, I have, but only with the ship credit. I had like 40 million ship credits. I've only been using those.
Yeah, that's all I use. I won't use my regular credits because I'm trying to catch up to you, which is impossible. Back when I was merking all the time, it wasn't impossible. But now with our new schedule, you only get to merc after TW. And because our guild specifically, for those of you guys out there who don't know, our guild specifically just hit 100 GP. I think we're at 103,000. 103 million. Right. And for all of us to get that next prize level, we all have to play it. So because before I used to leave the guild, I hate TW. So I would leave the guild, go merc for 2 or 3 other guilds, and I think me and Red would do like 8 tanks in a week. I mean, both of us were just
oh my gosh,
out.
I didn't realize it was that how many you were doing.
Oh, dude, we were doing a tank a day. Every 24 hours, we would jump to another guild, do another tank. Jump to another guild, do another tank. It was literally, and this was before the AA Super Team. So when we were doing it, it was like we were going after these teams with. We would have to plan it out. It was the IGM2 team. It was clones. It was the original Resistance before BB-8, and then when BB-8 came out, there was no Jedi Ray, so it was just the BB-8 part of the Resistance, and then I think you took out Ray, Scavenger Ray, and you could almost solo all of P2 with that team. And then him and I would trade back and forth on P3 because IGM was just a pain in the butt to run. So it got really, really hard. And so we built up all of these teams. I mean, my clones are all G12. And that was a complete nightmare to do.
Yes, clones suck so much. It's just as bad as Phoenix, man. I've got 5 stun guns needed to get my Phoenix up from G8, and I just keep thinking it's never going to happen.
It's never going to happen. I'm still stuck on my... I've gotten 3 of them to Gear 11, and I'm working on Hera, but Hera, again...
I love your dedication to the game, my man. Dude, I would love to have... I really do want a full, Phoenix Squad G12 with Zetas. It looks so much fun. I just have so many other things that I feel like are higher.
Oh, it's just so hard to get there because everything else takes precedence. The 3 game modes
it's in, it's just not enough.
Yeah, everything takes precedence.
But we're talking about raids here, and we haven't even gotten to the Sith raid yet.
Right. Well, we're working our way there. I mean, we are 10 minutes in. We're working our way there. And
the Sith raid.
Now we've got the new Sith raid, and it's almost like 1 million is 1%.
Oh, dude, it's insane. And I have no clue how heroic's going to be.
Hard. Yeah, we just barely cleared T5. Our guild decided to start with a T5. And I know that
was a good choice.
Yeah, I thought so too, and it was an eye opener because when I first saw the videos and saw the game changers talking about it, I personally was like, "What the heck is the difference?" I mean, we could use our HAAT teams. I mean, I looked at battling Treya, right? She had 3 lightsabers, and then she topples. Hello, that's P2 of the tank.
Yeah.
What's so hard about that? Just use the clones in there, or use resistance, or whatever. And then when you see that these guys have tenacity, this tenacity is through the roof. There's no turn meter manipulation whatsoever.
The direct to hit point stuff is what's so cheesy.
Yeah, and it's.
I mean, you have all your mods are protection based mods because you kick. So you mod out your arena team, and then when you get a better arena mod, you kick your other mod down.
Yeah.
And protection is valued over anything else on Arena to make it work. And then you get to the Sith raid and you need the health mods. And who has like the health circle instead of protection circle?
I've sold all of my health circles.
Yeah, I don't even if it has like a +5 speed showing on a gold mod, so I know it's pretty valuable.
Right.
I'll keep it. But otherwise, it's got to be really impressive that I pick up by farming.
Or I usually just throw them onto some random
Tusken Raider.
Yeah. Right? How do you say his name? I sound like a. Yeah. You sound like a full-on retard when you try to say his name. You're like,
hey, you guys.
That reminds me of Red and his Leroy Jenkins. You just try to say the guy's name. So I mean, you just take your crappy mods, you throw them on a rando, and then eventually, as you're going down, you're like, well, I need a little credit. I need a few credits here to raise this next mod up. So let me go steal all these mods from I don't know, pick one, and then you just sell them all. Cup. You just take all of Cup's mods and throw them in the garbage and give him some white ones that you didn't need it or whatever. And it's so hard. But this Sith raid has been.
That is not how I mod at all.
Oh man,
I have differently.
I have all of my tunes gold modded at this point. I mean, it's sad and ridiculous. But
I only invest in a mod if it's already showing a speed secondary, and then if it fits a certain criteria, like if it's a protection circle, or if it's an offense cross, or a crit damage triangle.
Right.
And so I'm very selective about what I'll even throw money at toward a mod. That was back when I put things into mods. Like I said, it's been so many months now.
Well, because you've been leveling up tunes, but. So on the first phase of the Sith raid, every time you attack Nihilus with a basic, that's what it comes down to. It's every time you hit him with a basic, he gains tenacity, he gains speed. He's just a monster. And it says,
he sucks.
In addition, whenever an enemy damages Nihilus with a basic ability, he inflicts defense down for 1 turn. Now, somebody came out with a video, I want to say it was Nukin, who came out with a video that Magma Trooper will automatically... Yes, you have to watch this video. I'll leave a link down below. I saw the one he
did on Stormtrooper Han. Hey, as a shout-out, if I say Saint Hans, I mean Stormtrooper Han. It's an inside thing for me.
Yeah, it's a funny joke. We're not going to get into that, though.
Anyway.
So... the thing with Magma Troopers, every time you put a debuff on him, he almost gains 100% turn meter. And so with him, with the way that he shoots twice, you have to watch the video. I'm saying it incorrectly, and I apologize, Nukin.
Who's the lead?
It doesn't matter. I think he had Thrawn as the lead.
I was going to say Thrawn is who you're going to want there. The Thrawn lead in the 6th raid is very appealing to me.
Yes.
There's enough debuffs going on and off, with Shore Trooper especially. And then, I don't know what it is about Tarkin. I've seen the Tarkin in the under Easy Peasy, but Tarkin, even under Thrawn in the 6th raid, seems to really hit a lot of it's got a little bit of turn meter manipulation with his AoE.
Yeah, I've gotten his AoE in the beginning to do it, but as you get towards the end, Nihilus is just too powerful at that point. But the point that I'm getting at is there's a video specifically where Magma troopers just firing over and over and over and over and over and over, and I mean it's like the Turpentine video where he's just lighting them up,
right,
and then eventually Nihilus takes a turn and it goes back to Magma Trooper. So if you have a gear, mine's gear 8, so I was doing like maybe 10,000 damage, but I was able to get at least a mil or two from the Magma Trooper thing where he just kept firing at him over and over and over. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Magma Trooper.
I almost want to try out and put Thrawn as the lead, put Shore Trooper in there.
Do you have a Zeta Thrawn lead?
Yeah, I have a Zeta Thrawn.
Nice.
So have
a good lead.
I have him. I think I have him as a double. He's a double. He was my
he's
second
a double for me too.
But put in Thrawn, and then once you have Thrawn in, put in Shore Trooper, maybe JC, maybe Luminara, and Magma Trooper. And the whole concept would be is just to let Magma Trooper fire over and over and over and over and over and over, and then have the 3 healers right there just to re-heal. And then fire over and over and over and over and over. I mean, just keep doing it over and over and just watch how it's going to take them down little by little.
You almost want to say put in Death Trooper and throw on Death Mark.
Yeah.
So that when he starts hitting that over and over and over again, it's got that Death Mark advantage.
Because I think he gets like 45,000 damage when you hit the Death Mark.
Yeah, so Death Mark, the word is out. Death Mark is in. Death Trooper, such a great character to invest in. Whatever you're investing in right now,
let's go to him.
Death Trooper up. So he is needed for the Reaper, which is by far and away the greatest ship in the game. The moment he's in your starting lineup and you begin to start winning and your enemy's capital ship doesn't go, you'll get it.
So Death Mark is the Terminate special. It says deal physical damage to target enemy. If the target is suffering any debuffs, this attack guaranteed a critical hit. If there are any enemies defeated, also inflict Death Mark for 2 turns, which cannot be resisted. Targets defeated by Terminate cannot be revived. So that's what Death Mark is.
Oh, the goodness with Death Trooper does not end there, though. All the bosses appear in the 6th raid to hit directly to hit points, and he gives all M Troopers plus 10% health steal, which increases the survivability of such people like your Shore Trooper, who's healing your entire group every time he gets his taunt off. Right. So that is also very valuable in with Magma Trooper, who when he's attacking all that time is getting that full heal up as well.
So that's phase 1. Let's work on phase 2, which I have yet to figure this out. Me personally, and you chimed in on something on Discord the other day that kind of made me think a little differently. When I first tried Scion is phase 2. And so when I first tried fighting him, I was doing my best to cleanse off all of the, what do they call that? Lord of Pain or something?
Yeah.
Cycle of Pain. Cycle of Pain. And then eventually it gets to Cycle of Suffering once you have 5. I was trying to cleanse all that off, and I noticed that he continued to gain it. And I don't know if that's an error in the game, a bug.
I don't know.
Or what, but he continued to gain it no matter how much I cleanse it. After about his 3rd or 4th turn, he would gain one every single turn until he hits 5. And it says, well, the way to clear it off is to cleanse it with the I don't remember what it's called, cleansing of something, Soothe.
Yeah, Soothe.
And so the concept is that you're supposed to be able to keep that off of him. Well, the problem is it wasn't keeping it off of him. It would just gain and gain. So finally I was like, well, you know what? There's no way I'm going to let him hit me with a Cycle of Pain if I don't have Cycle of Pain. So I stuck my Imperial Troopers in there, and I let them all get a Cycle of Pain to where I think Snow Trooper was decking him for $100,000. And then once you threw the Death Mark on him, it was like $150,000. and he's just AoEing the crap out of him the entire time.
Imperial Troopers are in. Hey, added bonus, when you get your Imperial Troopers up to par, they are needed to get Imperial Probe Droid.
Yes, they are.
Again.
And who does not want that awesome little robot?
Another excellent team for your territory wars. Something else to think about. So Imperial Troopers.
They're the best to taking out the Night Sisters too.
Exactly.
So if you have to face a Night Sister wall, just save your troopers.
That's right. That is your arrow.
And you just right through them. I mean, it's like just taking off a jacket. Just next layer. So phase 3, they came out with, and I know you're sad about this because your Saint Hans is going to go away, but phase 3 is Traya, and this phase specifically is basically the same thing that the heroic AAT was when you're in phase 3 or in phase 2, sorry, where you topple the 3 guns and then you topple the tank itself and then you fire at the tank for a little while and then the tank pops back up and then the 3 guns attack you.
And then you get hit for big damage.
Exactly. This is the same concept that they use. Traya has 3 lightsabers. You knock out the 3 lightsabers, Traya falls down to the ground, gets hit for a little while, pops back up, and obliterates you. So, but there was a team that came out, and I believe this one was you call it Saint Hans, but the person who came out with the actual information for it was
Nukin had it.
It was McMole.
McMole was first. I saw the Nukin one first.
Was it Nukin? I saw McMole.
I don't think it was. I think McMole was first. Yes, McMole was first.
So McMole came out with a video, and that one will also be down below. Where
it's already getting nerfed.
Just a heads up. It's they're taking it away from us. But they found a team that basically you could hit auto. Once Stormtrooper Han taunted, his taunt gains turn meter. Well, she attacks the team. Every time she attacks all 5 members of the team, they automatically rebuff. You don't hit the 3 lightsabers. You just aim at her and keep firing at her and firing at her and firing at her until you solo the whole level.
Every time a special is hit, she inflicts Cycle of Pain or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it's called. And then whenever Stormtrooper Han takes damage, 20%, the entire team gains 20%. So everybody will use a special. She'll inflict the pain. By the time it gets back to him, all of his cooldowns are reset. And then it also specifically states that the damage can't kill you. And so the turn meter gain is everybody's using their specials and everybody's going nonstop and she has no chance to move.
Yeah, she just stands there and just takes a beating.
Just takes a beating.
So that's what that is. And personally, I thought that was a great one, but that also goes back to the Newt Gunray and the 2 Jawas in the tank.
Nutini. Yeah. But you would think that they wanted us to do this. I mean, like, St. Hans is the login character, for crying out loud. The Han Solo movie's coming out in a couple months, and then there's this great strategy for the Sith raid that came out, and then it's immediately nerfed.
And it's not cheating either. It wasn't a cheating phase. It was just something I think they either overlooked. Or they just didn't even know.
So they obviously overlooked. The characters that do really well in the Sith raid are the characters that are all really new. You've got your Jedi training Rey, your Luke Skywalker teams don't do too bad. And your Sith teams, your Empire, your Emperor Palpatine, Darth Vader, getting some luck with those guys. Your Rogue One troopers. These characters are all the ones that are the difficult ones to get if you don't pay. You have to be a very developed free-to-play player.
Right.
And so, obviously, those were the difficulties that you were supposed to be looking at. Those were the tool set that they wanted you to come out to overcome this. And then here's, good old St. Hans sitting on the shelf, gathering dust. And he jumps out like a champ. Yeah, Kazi Spoon wasn't sitting there trying out the St. Hans team against Traya. They never thought about that.
Because the last time any of us looked at St. Hans was basically when Commander Luke came out, because we needed him. If it wasn't for that, I don't think I had used him. I mean, when you're a younger account, him and Rex together is a nightmare.
One of the reasons why he's called St. Hans.
Yeah.
It's because he will save your team. He is a sacrifice to RNGesus in your arena team line up, and then
all day.
give all the turn meter you need to take out their first attacker, and it's an easy, good arena strategy.
So phase 4 is where we struggled. Phase 4 is where you fight all three of them at one time.
Do they all have separate hit points? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, that's what it was. All three of them were at 100% each.
And then what's the kill order?
I think from personal experience, it was the easiest to take out Nihilus because of his speed gain and his Annihilate.
Right.
Then it was Scion because you can't touch Traya until the first two were gone.
Exactly. And you got to get rid of Annihilate. How on Heroic do you do this, man?
You know, that's what I'm dying. I don't know how they do it, and I'm dying to see how Team Instinct does because I know that they're either facing a Heroic right now or they're
until the nerf of St. Hans comes out, who knows what it's going to be like.
Well, yeah, because that's easy right there. But, I mean, that doesn't help, though, with the Scion battle and with the other. It only helps with Traya. So,
yeah, but if you kill off Scion and Nihilus, then you can still do it again on P4.
Yeah, but how easy would it be to kill them off with that team? I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening at all.
Yeah, I don't have a clue. We didn't get there.
Yeah,
I mean,
it took us 3 days to get through P4 for us.
I'm not upset about that. I like the guild that we're in. It's about where I feel comfortable.
Honestly, yeah, our group of guys is real cool. So,
dude, seriously, shout out to our Ghost
of Mandalore. So, shout out to those guys.
Deets, Hung Solo, you guys keep us together. Red.
Hold on, man. Hold on. I gotta put this up because I'm gonna catch some crap from this. But we gotta post Hung Solo's name on here. Hold on. Hung, where you at, man?
Kazius as well.
Where's Hung at? Hold on. We gotta post
Kazius
Hung's
is a
name.
photographer. Keeps us on our toes.
Red's on here. Oh, there you go.
Good
So Hung Solo had his name spelled out on the game, which we'll show you the game version because this is hilarious. I love Hung. Hung is the man, dude. You guys don't even understand. So we're gonna end this conversation with this topic. So Hung Solo is Hung 9 SO10. And it's supposed to be Hung Solo, but I guess somebody else took his name. So he decided to throw some numbers in there. And so on Discord, he goes and changes it thanks to Red. And we got to find out. We talked about this on the last one. We got to find out what happened. He changes his name on here. Hun 9 So 10. So he had to change it on here, and I'm dying to know if they made some kind of a bet. I know that they were doing the race to get Death Trooper to 7. And I think Red beat him, so I don't know if that's why he changed his name. This is all speculation at this point. I don't honestly know, but I'm dying to know what the story was. So we'll have to ask them on.
Tune in next week.
Yeah, we'll find out next week what it is. Maybe we can even get them on here. I know we can have a Discord conversation. So we'll talk to the guys there.
Round table.
Yeah, we'll see if we can have a round table with all the guys and have them all chime in and conversate through Discord and see what happens. So it'll be interesting to see if we can get the guys on here. But
definitely,
that's pretty much a nutshell for the 3 raids. So if you guys have any questions, leave comments below. Check out the Discord server. You can comment or talk to us directly. It's the easiest way to get comments through to us. I actually leave my @ symbols on so that if somebody @ me, I will be able to answer you back right away. I don't wait. I answer back all the time. My wife gets annoyed with me because she's saying, "You're always on that phone." I'm like,
true story.
Yeah, you're always on Facebook. I'm sure you'll be right. So
it's a busy world out there,
isn't it? Though we're always on our phones.
You can feel free to message me, and I will maybe look at them.
Maybe.
No, I will try.
Don't lie. You know how hard it is to get this man on here.
But if you definitely send me a message and maybe as well send one to my boy DJ here
to get him on Discord. Look, sending him a message on Discord is like sending him snail mail. It'll be there in about 3 or 4 days.
That's right. I'll jump on. I'll be like, "Are we voting for what we're doing next week? Oh, we're voting for what happened last week." Okay.
Yeah. They throw out a vote on the guild, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I want to vote." Oh, you already picked it. Never mind. So anyway,
our guild.
I love this. All right, guys, if you guys have anything, hit us up, let us know. And until next time, we will see you guys around.
Peace. May the force be with you.